behind your computer and learn? Yes, we're all entrepreneurs, we're all behind the computer learning, but it's when you come to these live events, right? Last night we had a little speaker group of about, I don't know, 8 to 10 speakers last night, and I think that Linda, wherever Linda is, she was like, I had come in a little bit later, and she just said, man, just in the few minutes I've been sitting here, I've already learned some golden nugget. And so every single one of you will learn something at this conference, and usually it's by going to lunch with them, and then that's another tip too. You know, if you see a speaker and you kind of want some of their time, a little tip. I used to, when I'm at conferences, I'm like, hey, can I, buy you a sandwich or buy you some Chick-fil-A or whatever, and you can just and have some of their time. We have the rooms downstairs you can use and utilize. So this amazing lady I met, and I listened to her speak at a conference. I think it actually was in Houston. It was either Houston or Baltimore, one of those two. And she just got up there, and I was like, wow. And then if you follow her on Facebook, and she'll tell you about her Facebook groups, she gives so much value in her groups. And that's one of the things that I'm super proud of. Every single speaker that you meet here, if you follow them, JR is a great example, Tim this morning, just giving of their heart, giving of what they know with you. And it's like they don't hold anything back, right? I've been to many conferences where that happens, but then I've also been to conferences where everybody's like stuck in their room and they're like on their little computer and they're guarding their computer. I literally went to one of those about 2 months ago. It was so different for me because I'm sitting here, hey, how are you doing? I am, and they're like, oh, they're like trying to cover their things like they didn't want to share anything. And so these people that are coming to stage, I'm super proud for that. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome to Becky Thames.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me in the back? Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my journey to becoming an e-com rock star. Has anyone seen this movie? Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you some crazy good advice. 23 lessons learned from a 20-year e-commerce entrepreneur. So who am I? I'm the Amazon queen. I'm married with 2 boys. I live in Goose Creek, South Carolina. I'm passionate about helping other people live full and authentic lives. I'm the founder of PrivateLabelCourse.com. I'm the founder of BDrive@5.com. And I'm the founder of BeckyThames.com because I don't think anyone else can do it. I'm going to share with you how I went from a Candy Crush addict to $1 million e-commerce seller. And how I sold one product over 7,000 times while cruising the seas and enjoying my family. So e-commerce goals. How many of you have e-commerce goals? How many of you have written them down? How many of you have them on you right now? Awesome. On your computer, awesome. So most people, when they have e-commerce goals, it's the standard goals. It's the ones that you know you're going to do every day. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to make coffee. It's things that you can just check off of your list. The next kind of goal is improvement goals. These are goals that are going to stretch you a little bit, but not a lot. A lot of people get stuck right here in this improvement goals, and I don't want you to do that because you really don't grow there. Where you grow is your dream goal, because we're going to Wally World, right? So here is you over here, but how do you get to Wally World? And you get there by taking these little bitty steps every day at a time. And right here, here's you. Hopefully you have your spouse or significant other and your children behind you, and they're pushing you uphill because you're going to get tired. You're going to get burnt out. And it's the journey to get to your dream. So I'm going to start back November 9th, 1999. I was an eBay seller. AOL, how many had AOL? Awesome. Dial-up, I can hear it now. November 9th, 1999, I started selling on eBay. I first started just selling my clothes. Then I progressed to going to yard sales, more yard sales, and then I found a niche. And my niche was carousel horses And you can see they sell very, very well. They still do. But I was packing these up, shipping these up, packing and shipping, and it was crazy. Along poles, I'd go to Walmart and get broomstick boxes. How many have done that? Iron and board boxes. They would give them to me, and that's how I would mail these. Then I started going to pawn shops, and I would buy gold, omega necklaces, and I'm a lab director, so I'd take them to my lab, and I would weigh them on the analytical scale, and I was like, they weigh 29.9999 grams, and they'd send me a message and say, well, how do you know? And I said, I put them on the analytical scale. They said, okay. But then I started seeing this. People were selling storage sheds. Now, I was single at the time. I had a 1,400 square foot house, and I was like, how are they doing that? So this was back in like 2000. And then I got engaged. And I had to have, this company was called Envelopments, or is called Envelopments, and it's just paper, and you stick them together, and you make invitations. Well, they were like $2,000, and I was like, I'm not paying $2,000 for some paper. So my husband and I got married, and I created a company called D&D. My husband's name is Bud. We call him Big Papa. So this is Big Papa, and we got married, but I created get my envelopments at wholesale price. First detour. I got married, forgot about it. 2 years later, I'm at work in the lab. I get a call. Hey, we got a letter from the IRS to garnish your wages. You did? What for? And so I didn't pay my taxes. For each quarter, you have to file your taxes. Well, I didn't do that because I didn't really start a business. I just wanted to get a discount. So luckily for me, the IRS let me call 8 times and enter 0 sales, and we closed D&B products. And then potatoes. How many people know Russell Brunson, one of the owners of ClickFunnels? He started with potato guns, and I started with potato necklaces. So I took I bought one on eBay just recently. It's ugly, it doesn't match, but hey, it is what it is. You cut these potatoes, and the reason I got this idea is it was like January, and usually when you go to church in January, your pastor's like, okay, let's tithe, give me all your money. Well, our pastor didn't. He said, okay, everybody in the congregation gets $5, and I want you to take this money and make more money and then bring that offering to the church. So I had $5, my husband had $5, we had 10 together, bought a 5-pound bag of potatoes, some skewers, and some paint. And we made potato necklaces. And then I bought these cheap chains from eBay and sold them. We made $500 selling potato necklaces and gave it back to the church. It's a real potato, rotten potato around my neck. So come see me, we'll talk about it. This is the one I bought. And the reason I put this here, a lady in Florida, this was the only potato necklace I could find. So I made my potato necklaces like 19 years ago. I just bought this like last week, and she wanted $25. And I'm like, lady, it's just potatoes. So I offered her 20, and she let me have it. So the lesson from this is always, always, always negotiate with your suppliers. Okay, so then we had our first child. And my husband was also a firefighter. And at this time I was selling on eBay, flipping code red fire trucks and Just the Right shoes. Has anybody ever heard of the artist Rain and Just the Right shoe? Well, I was an avid collector. I made a ton of money on these shoes. This one is called Gordian Grace. It's ugly. This one's called Promenade, same shoe. But this one is called Miss Vicky. She was the coveted shoe of all time. And she cost $1,000. And my husband said, that shoe better not come in our house. I honor my husband. I bought the shoe and kept it in the garage. I had it, and once I got the most coveted shoe, it wasn't as much fun anymore. So I sold it to someone in the UK, and I made $200 on it. But the lesson from this is just recently in 2014, it sold for $4,850. So I showed this to my husband. He's like, oh man. I was like, I didn't even tell him I bought it until after I sold it and made a profit. So then I found out about Amazon and eBay from this Tom company called DS Domination in 2014. Has anyone heard of it? You? Okay. And basically they were teaching how to drop ship. And drop ship is when you list an item on eBay, the buyer bids on it, after they pay for it, then you go and order the product from Amazon or Walmart or Overstock and ship the item to them. So you never touch the product. And then my light bulb moment. That's when I realized how they were selling these storage sheds back in 1999 when I first started online. And lawnmowers. I went crazy. If you came within 3 feet of me, you knew that I sold on Amazon and eBay. I painted my nails. My little nail tech put Amazon, eBay on my nails. I dressed up as a contestant on The Price is Right. I love Barker and I spay and neuter my pets for Halloween. And I take a lot of notes. I'm a philomath, which is a lover of learning. I have a moleskin right there. I take a ton of notes. So this is my notes over the past 5 years, learning everything I can about e-commerce. This product was my very first product I sold March 17, 2014. I drop shipped it from Overstock. I made $324.18 profit and I was super excited. Another detour. I had to pull up my big girl panties for this one. My customer received this couch and on the inside on the white part was red letters where someone had written the stock number, so it showed through her product, and so she wanted to return it. Now I work a full-time career because Amazon's just my side hustle, and I was like, I don't have time to be doing this. So Overstock said, well, let her keep the couch, and you can, we'll send her another one. They sent her another one, and the couch had a tear in it. I was like, okay, I am done. But she was like, listen, I'm okay, it's on the back, it's no big deal. But I called Overstock and I said, hey, my customer received this. Now, this was my first product on Amazon. I said, is there anything that you can do? She said, yes, I'll give you a $75 credit. So I, in turn, gave $75 back to my buyer. Did I have to? No, but what I want you to learn from this is always, always, always wow your customers. This one. My husband and I were cleaning the garage. I don't watch TV, but I went through the house for something, and this commercial was on TV for Flintstone dino eggs. Earlier when Tim was up here and he said we all suck, this was my listing, guys. Look at the title. It doesn't even say vitamins. It doesn't even say supplements. It says Flintstone dino eggs. I sold thousands of these from Walmart. I was doing retail arbitrage at that time. Okay. Gotta pay attention. My husband was a firefighter. He worked 24 hours on, 48 hours off. Since I work full time, we had 2 small boys. He would come home. This isn't our house, but it kind of looked like that. And he was like, Becky, are you gonna get up and clean the house? And I looked him right in the eyes and I said, no. There are people that are making $10,000 a month, and I'm gonna do it too. He said, I'm going to get a blower and clean this house. I was like, great, a blower. I'll start drop shipping those on Amazon. So my first year selling on Amazon, these results are not typical, but they do show what is possible. $405,000 my first year under this account, $96,000 under my husband's account, and $115,000 in 2016. Under our business account. We still have 3 Amazon accounts. I do recommend that you contact Amazon before you open more. Just a little disclaimer. Never, ever, ever forget where you come from. This is me with some checks over the years. And now we pay someone to bless our home weekly that folds our toilet paper like a rose. My husband is super grateful. I did a little retail arbitrage here. I'm not big into retail arbitrage, but this was a Patti LaBelle pie. You could buy them for around $3. Back in, who cares what your in-laws think, right? We were talking about family that thinks you're crazy. The pies were selling for $100, and you could buy them for free. And I only sold them back here because I only take advantage of the market. So when others are zigging, I'm zagging. And so even right now today, they're online for about $25. But you have to be super careful because they are a pie. They do only have like 1 or 2 stars now because people were getting them all cracked up and everything, so just be careful with that. How many of you have heard of the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge? No? Okay. Well, a friend of mine said, hey Becky, have you heard of the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge? I was like, no, what is that? He said, go to YouTube and look up the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge fail. I said, okay, this is what I saw. And then I was like, another detour. I was like, lip plumpers, like 80 cents in China, selling for 20 bucks online. I'm going for it, right? Well, full lips, I saw full lips when I was doing this, but it said patent pending. It didn't say patent, so I thought I was okay. Not. I started getting these emails through Amazon that said, hey, you know, cease and desist, and I was like, oh, they're just not real. But when you get a cease and desist delivered to your LLC through FedEx, it's the real deal. So, another detour, but I'm now an authorized reseller of full lips. And I did pay the company back because another thing, always do the right thing. I made like $1,000 a day with this product, and I gave them all of their money back. Did I have to? No, but it would have taken that amount for them to take me to court. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. Guys, these pictures that you see on Facebook, here's my friend Nikki with this charcoal toothpaste. I was like, charcoal toothpaste? I think I'll sell bamboo toothbrushes. And I took advantage of that just from looking at a Facebook post. One day sales, 1,237 items, $328,000 in sales. If you ain't flipping, you slipping. Print on demand, you guys are going to hear about that later. Senator, we run ads. And you can't buy happiness, but you can major in e-commerce, and that's exactly the same thing. Find a niche, guys. Cream possum with sweet potato garnishment. Who's that gravy? I'm from the South, and the Southerners love this stuff.
That's real? How do you get on with you?
This is me and a little bit about my journey over the last 5 years selling on Amazon. The main thing here is take lots of pictures everywhere you go because you never know who you're sitting by. I work in the water and wastewater industry, and I remember one of my first conferences, a guy sat next to me, Dr. Shimelis, and his wife is here now, and he was in the water industry, so we talked shop about drinking water and wastewater, and he was from Florida and I was from South Carolina, so you never ever know who you're sitting beside. Okay, so my husband posted this funny video online. It has been viewed over 1 million times 8 years ago, and his friend said, ha ha ha, are you selling those on eBay yet? So when I got home from work that day, my husband told me, and I was like, no, but that's an amazing idea. So I Googled it, I contacted the owner. It was a product on Shark Tank. It was accepted on Shark Tank, but after Shark Tank, they wanted a piece of his patent, and he said, no way. So I said, hey, can I sell your product? And so now I'm the exclusive supplier to a product that was on Shark Tank. It's really, really hard to keep in stock, especially when there's a rerun on Shark Tank, or especially when someone on a comedy show shows Donald Trump using your product. They wipe out your inventory, and then you have to start all over the next day. Good problem to have. $1,000 a day profit. Amazing. So look for opportunities like this. They're everywhere. I sell on Walmart as well, so it's not only on Amazon. I'd recommend that you expand where you sell. So my $1 million e-commerce secret, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. Now this is no longer a vacation, it's a quest. It's a quest for fun. You're gonna have fun and I'm gonna have fun. But let me be clear, I'm not about to show you how to sprinkle some magical unicorn poop on your computer and miraculously make $1 million product. But I can share with you how to make unicorn poop. And so you all have unicorn poop in your bags. It's candy, you can eat it. Since I work in the wastewater industry, E. coli happens. And your own unicorn poop. So, do you still work? Yes, I still work full time. I absolutely love my career, 24 years in the industry. Be happy with what you have and don't compare what you're doing to what other people are doing. So if you see someone making $1.4 million in sales in the last month, and you're over here with 0 sales, that can make you feel depressed, like you're not good enough. Don't do that. Keep going. Be happy with what you have. Don't chase shiny objects. This is one of the things I did in my 5-year journey. MLMs, Bitcoin. Watch the speed limit and stay the course. I put this picture on here because I love driving to work every day. I look at trucks, I look at vehicles, I get ideas. Here's a supplier right here, hdsupply.com. And I bet if you start looking, you're going to see a ton of suppliers as well. I have had some amazing wins. I was able to get my dream car, which is a black Cadillac. I was in the $1 million club. I was able to retire Big Papa after 32 years of working in the fire industry. And they like to cook and they like clean houses, or at least Big Papa does. So he is home, he cooks, and we have someone that cleans our house. I've also had some devastating falls. When I first started, I lost 7 cents on my first sale. I listed early in the morning. I listed after work. I listed when my boys were sleeping. I just kept listing and listing and listing. And then when I lost 7 cents, my husband asked me if I was going to clean the house. I had like chocolate therapy. That's the only person that showed up for my pity party right there, him and Jerry. You're going to get tired. You're going to want to run out of gas, but keep going no matter what. So in my journey, I gained 50 pounds from all the stress of e-commerce. I have been successful in my career. I actually have 3 degrees. I am a biologist by trade. I have a master's in Earth and Environmental Resource Management, and I also have an MBA from the Citadel in Charleston. I'm currently the laboratory director. Bosses Day 2011. You can even see, even at my work, this is Charlie in the middle, but we pose like Charlie's Angels because we treat our customers like angels. And so you want to do the same thing in your e-commerce business. Even though I had all those degrees, I was drowning in debt, student loan debt. I was a master of degrees, but shackled by debt. And I came from absolutely nothing, so I'm super, super proud of those degrees. Except when I grew up here, my house was pink, and not like Rainbow Road pink, it was like Pepto-Bismol pink. And ironically, my mom was the polyester queen, so I'm the Amazon queen now. I started inspiring and motivating others. I've helped thousands of people earn their first dime online. I started something called The Drive at 5. It is where I go live on my Facebook page almost every day, at least 5 times a week. And my thought process was, because I'm super busy, I would just say it on, do the little podcast on my way home. But I get super excited, and so usually I'm sitting in my car at work, in the parking lot, after work, doing The Drive at 5. Giving some type of e-commerce tip. So you can go to thedriveat5.com to connect with me. So a quick question. Imagine that you have your first product, it's already picked, selling on Amazon, you're making $50 profit per day. What would an extra $50 a day or $1,500 a month do for you? You can just think about it. But now imagine you have your second, your third product picked. What would an extra $150 a day or $4,500 a month do for you? You've seen all the gurus out making the money, so now it's your turn. And there's only one word that you need to know, and that one word is system. This whole notion of the word system comes from this book. It's called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. It's an amazing book. If you don't have it, write it down, give it to yourself as a bit of a gift because it's amazing. And it's what every successful entrepreneur needs to know. So now I'm going to share with you how an average girl like me started with no experience, no product, no website, no blog, no email list, no insider secrets, and no easy button. It's the 4-step process to cracking the Amazon code. This is what I personally use to select and launch a private label product and generate over $1.3 billion in sales on Amazon part-time. The first thing to do to crack the Amazon code is you have to have the right product. This is by far the hardest thing to do, but if you can nail this and follow the system, everything else falls into place. These 4 Ps, the 4P process is not my process. I learned it in grad school, and basically it's the marketing mix for any product that you want to bring to market. So the right product from the right place, at the right price, and with the right promotion. So here's all 4 of them together. This is exactly how you crack the Amazon code or the Walmart code or the Shopify code or any e-commerce code that you want to crack. So most of you, everybody sell on Amazon? Well, who doesn't sell on Amazon? Okay, a few. Well, fulfillment by Amazon is where we actually ship the products to Amazon. Amazon stores the products. Amazon picks and packs and ships the products. And Amazon provides the customer service, and you get paid every 2 weeks like that. So why is FBA the bomb? The number one question that I get asked is, so Becky, if you're doing so well on Amazon, why do you still have a full-time career? And if you look at this picture, after I pick the product, my supplier sends directly to Amazon, and after I test a sample, I have a hands-free business. I do not touch the product. Now, I did in the past, I did retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. So how do you get product ideas? You stop, look, and listen. Books. Books are really good to start with. Retail arbitrage. This is me, my first day out with the purple boxes. That was like a $10 profit per box. And the very next day on my lunch break, I went to Walmart and got these water balloons, and that was $100 that I made on my lunch break. Online arbitrage, wholesale, and private label. Those are different methods that you can use to make money online. So we talked a little about books. This was one of my online arbitrage, and when I first listed this on Amazon, I put a space between puff and cuff, and the brand owner said, "There's no space." I said, "Yes, ma'am," but she still let me sell it, so that was kind of cool. Then I started selling the Main Choice. This is a hair supplement. I was wholesaling these, but I said, wait a minute, I'm a chemist, I can make my own hair products. So I have my own hair supplements selling on Amazon. At first, I'll have to tell you this funny story. So I have 2 boys. I would invite the neighborhood over because I didn't want to give Amazon all that money for FBA. And so we formed a little assembly line, and one was putting the vitamins in the packet, one was putting the label, one was putting a feedback slip and, closing the package. And Alex, everybody wanted to know at that time what I was selling. So Alex was like, my sons, I always told them, hey, don't tell anybody what we're selling. And so he told them, and so Alex goes home to his mom. He's like, Mom, we're shipping drugs, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I was like, okay. So we quickly went to FBA after that. This is private label. I still sell this product. Guys, look, 16 cents. My shipping was more than my price. I sell it for like a little over $10 every day on Amazon. And my landed price was $95 for 250 pieces. I designed my own private label Amazon Queen Tiara. I said I want it 4 inches high. I want the little combs. And I wear it sometimes. It doesn't travel well. It's cheap stuff from China. Thousands were pouring into my account from my very first private label product. I already showed this, 1,237 units in one day. And you want to know the cool thing? Once you've nailed the system, you can just duplicate it. So this was me this year at Halloween. I dressed up like a Pointer Sister, and I was like, I'm so excited. So no matter what way you want to sell on Amazon, I can point you somewhere to someone that sells that way. So are we there yet? Anytime you take a road trip, especially with children, they ask, are we there yet? So what I want you to get from this slide is don't get bored with your journey. Keep going. So you are incredible, and you can have a wildly successful e-commerce business as long as you remember this one thing. And this is so important. You have to know your why, and you have to take action in spite of your fears and your challenges. Because if you don't know your why, you'll never have enough gumption to get through the inevitable challenges. And anyone in here can tell you exactly what they do, but you're still going to have challenges. So your family, that's my why. This isn't my family, but this is. We're all e-com rock stars. We have a little Chiweenie named Roscoe and a Mastiff named Dibley. And I was able to take our family on our dream vacation, which was a Disney cruise. This is my boys swimming with the dolphins and Big Papa. Get your children involved in your business. Both of my oldest son here, this is the one that was preemie. He makes more money when he's at school than his teacher does. This is my baby boy here. I've helped other people too. So Amy is debt-free thanks to eBay and Amazon. This is Barbara. When I first met her, she was 79. She's 83 now and private labeling her own product. Oh, wow. And then the cops come. How many people have had their Amazon account suspended? Yeah, if you see that red flag. Now when I see the red flag, it says you can sell toys in Q4. I'm like, yes. That's the only time I see it. But back in these days, I listed my first product in February of 2014, and in May of 2014 is when I got my Amazon account suspended, and that's because we were shipping the vitamins from home, and I had over 200 sales in one day, and I did not give a tracking number. So Amazon was like, hold up, we don't know you, and we don't know if you're going to mail these, so this is where I got my Amazon account suspended. And if you ever wonder what it's really like to fight an Amazon account suspension, this is me. I was ready for them. So selling your products are amazing, and this is my secret. I would imagine my boys with tons of student loan debt and no inheritance. That was my stick. And then I would imagine that they had an awesome education with no student loan debt and they had an inheritance. And that was my carrot. And so what you want to do is move away from the pain towards your goal. So, and I want you to do that for yourself right now. You know, write this down. If I don't create my successful e-commerce business, blank will happen. And you can put whatever your blank is. And then when I do create my successful e-commerce business, this will happen. The bottom line is I'm just an average girl that decided to try this Amazon business. You can get addicted to these emails, getting $20, $30, $40, $50,000 every 2 weeks. And here's my 2018. I haven't missed a payment in 5 years on Amazon. And you don't need to be an expert or even a seasoned marketer to have your own e-commerce business. This is my journey for my first private label product. I didn't have any training. I kind of went out and did it on my own. This was my second private label product. And this is my private label products now, from A to $signs with happiness in between. Guys, if they can sell butt face soap and make $4,400, makes sense. I know you can private label a product too. If they can do it, you can do it. So I started off saying how I gained 50 pounds. I've already lost 15. I hired a personal trainer. Funnels. I'm sure you'll probably hear a lot about funnels this weekend. I use a lot of funnels. I want you to get some mentors. Danny Johnson is one of my mentors. Ray Higdon, Diane Hoffman. I have a ton of mentors. I recommend that you get some. Take lots of pictures. The people that you meet in the hallways, you're going to learn a ton more from them than you will from the speakers up here. And I want you to think about this for a second. What are just 5 private label products worth to you? You have 5 products, $5 a product. Each one of them selling 10 a day. That's 50 sales a day, $250 a day profit. That's $7,500 a month. But what if you have only 2 products making $15 profit per day, 20 sales per day? That's $300 a day or $9,000 per month. There's 7.125 billion people in the world. Do you think you can make 20 sales per day? Yeah. I only have 13 products on Amazon. So here's my crazy good advice, 23 lessons learned from a 20-year e-commerce entrepreneur. Take action daily. Give a daily routine. I actually followed the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It's amazing. Write your goals and review them often. Pay your taxes. Do your due diligence when you're doing product research. Search uspto.gov. Include your family in your business. Always do the right thing. Don't get emotionally attached to your products. You will have some cash cows and you'll also have some dogs. Always wow your customers. Never compare your e-commerce journey to others. Get up from the computer and move your body. I don't want you to gain 50 pounds like I did. Make data-driven decisions. Focus on IPA or income-producing activity. Always negotiate with your suppliers. Don't chase shiny objects. Surround yourself with positive people. Invest in yourself and your education. Get a mentor. Be a mentor. Attend events. Take advantage of the detours. They're there for a reason. And always enjoy the journey. And never, ever, ever give up.
Can you go back 2 slides to the first one? I think everybody missed that.
Oh goodness, sorry.
Take a picture. There you go.
There you go.
No,
Is that not it?
no, no. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go. Appreciate
Get it?
it.
Got it? And that way? And like Winston Churchill says, never, ever, ever, ever give up. You can connect with me at thedrive@5.com. This is my real number. You can text me or call me as well. So this is, I follow Russell Brunson, and he took a group of people and they said, if you started with $0 to your $1 million, what would you do? So this is a 30-day action plan of what I did when I had $0 and started selling just my clothes around the house to what I'm currently doing now. So wave goodbye to your excuses and start taking action today.